Nintendo just dropped a bit of a bombshell when it comes to the Switch 2. We've got pre-orders delayed, tariff drama, and pricing panic. Yeah, it's kinda chaos right now. So if you're even thinking about getting the Switch 2, you're gonna wanna stick around for this one. We're diving into what's really going on behind the scenes and what it means for you and your wallet. Okay, let's start with the facts. The Nintendo Switch 2, which by the way is still scheduled to launch on June 5th, 2025, was supposed to go up for pre-order in Canada on April 9th. That was today. But Nintendo pulled the plug literally the day before. Nintendo of Canada released a statement saying pre-orders are now on hold to align with the US pre-order timeline, which also hasn't been announced. So yeah, we're all just waiting. Now here's where things get juicy and kind of complicated. This whole situation appears to be tied to international trade tariffs, especially between the US and countries like Vietnam and Cambodia. Nintendo moved a lot of its production to Vietnam years ago, partly to dodge previous tariff threats. But now, boom, new tariffs have been slapped on, including a 46% import tax on electronics from Vietnam. And that's where things get tricky for Nintendo. Originally, the Switch 2 was expected to launch at $449 in the US and about $500 for the Mario Kart bundle. But now, analysts are predicting the price could jump to $530 or more if these tariffs stick. It's not confirmed yet, but when you do the math on import taxes and increased costs, yeah, it adds up fast. That's why Nintendo is holding off. They're trying to figure out, do we eat the cost, raise prices, or something else? Great question. Here's the thing. Once Canadian retailers like GameStop and Walmart announced midnight pre-orders, US buyers started getting ideas. Because Canada's exchange rate makes the price basically the same, US gamers were ready to order from up north and just ship it down. And you better believe bots were lined up to make that chaos 10x worse. So Nintendo likely saw the incoming server crash storm and said, nope. Let's pull back and wait. Now imagine you're a retailer. You're sitting on the edge of your seat, waiting for Nintendo to give you the green light. You've got to place orders, arrange shipping, balance finances, all based on no clear timeline. Normally, retailers get a 6 to 8 week lead time to prep pre-orders. We're officially inside that window now. So yeah, behind the scenes, absolute madness. Let's reset for a sec. Here's what we do know. Switch 2 launches June 5th. Base price is still listed at $449 for now. Comes with Mario Kart World in a bundle. New features include game chat, better performance, and retro GameCube titles on NSO. So everything's ready, except the part where, you can actually buy it. Originally, DFC Intelligence projected the Switch 2 would move 17 million units by the end of 2025. That's in just 6 months. Now, they've scaled it back to 15 million. Still a huge number, but they're bracing for what they call pricing resistance. Basically, a lot of buyers might hold off if this thing jumps up in price, especially families or casual gamers. So where do we go from here? Nintendo will likely announce a new pre-order window very soon, probably after they finalize pricing based on how tariff talks shake out. E-tailers are still gearing up for a massive launch. We're hearing whispers of 6 to 7 million consoles being ready for day one. If the price doesn't go up, honestly, that's gonna feel like a win at this point. Here's my take. If Nintendo holds at $449, it's a solid deal. But if we see it climb to $499 or $530, you've got to ask yourself, is it worth it now, or do you wait for a price drop or a possible Switch 2 Lite version down the road? Personally, I think demand is going to be insane either way, especially if stock is limited. So if you're serious about getting one at launch, stay locked in and be ready the moment those pre-orders open. What's your game plan? Are you waiting it out? Importing? Camping out for pre-orders? Let me know in the comments. I'm seriously curious how everyone's approaching this one. And hey, if you enjoyed the deep dive, give this video a like, hit subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next update. Because something tells me this story isn't over yet. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.